I really kept the prep at a very high intensity. The day of the exam, I had no fatigue. It was very simple. I could have easily got a 725, 35. I feel if it's just my first attempt. People take four attempts as well. I feel I could have easily got a 100 percentile also if I would put in some more effort in verbal. When the score was 695, it reflected on the screen with a 99 in DI. It was very special. I think it was way more special than 100 in quant because DI is the toughest section, I feel, and naturally people don't do well there. So I think a 99 there was very pleasing, and I totally I feel I'm thankful to you and the team at Enzo. And the one day before my exam, the call you and I had in which you were saying that you calmed me down. Really, the way sir, you guided me and you helped me throughout, calm down my nerves and all. I think that eventually helped us get an excellent result, and I'm really happy that I made you proud. Hoping to convert one of the top M7 schools ASAP.
Congratulations for acing it so quickly.
Yeah.
This must have been a crazy ride for you.
Absolutely, Manan. It has been a crazy journey, like doing it in around 6-7 weeks, and thanks to the batch, the intensive batch, which took 4 weeks to cover the course, and which had that consistency, as in putting in the efforts daily, which is more important to get the score instead of just studying on the weekend and not putting in efforts on the weekdays. That is absolutely a disaster. Similar to bodybuilding, right? Like you have to hit the gym every day, not just 2 days.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad that resonated with you, because a lot of the people who are starting from scratch, particularly, they don't understand the importance of consistency. It's usually retakers who do. But as I understand, you started completely from scratch, right?
Absolutely from scratch. And since 5 years, I was not in touch with anything because I was doing my job only. So it was everything from scratch. First GMAT attempt, out of touch with all sorts of books and all. And
honestly, like, pleasantly surprised, because like one of the things is that people who are starting from scratch typically take like 9 to 10 weeks to get there. So to get there in like 6 to 7 weeks is commendable. Secondly, I also wanted to understand, like, how did you manage it all with work? Were you working while you were studying?
Yes, absolutely. I was working, and it was very, very hectic, I would say, because see, like it is like work is every day you have to go in person as well to office, right? So it was quite a struggle, I would say. But the thing is, the good thing about me is that my routine is very disciplined, and it's been the same since 1 year. I wake up at around 5 a.m.
I remember, like, I used to get your emails at 3 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, are you getting up at that time, or are you going to be sleeping at that time? So now
I would be sleeping. So that's what I actually sacrificed on my sleep for a good 6 weeks, and somehow I managed. I even was working out every day, Manan. I was working out for 45 minutes every day because I feel physical health is what leads to mental health. All of it is connected. The discipline you have over there overall in your life is what usually people have a very casual attitude towards life.
is this because of any conscious decision that you made, or is this just the upbringing that you've had?
I think it's a decision which I made recently. So the discipline and all was towards academics, well, back in school as well. But in the last 1 year, I actually went through a couple of health problems 2 years back when I started. When I was midway my corporate journey, around 2 years into the corporate journey, I developed back problems because of a sedentary lifestyle. I'll be very honest, because of working all day, binge eating, junk food and all. And then slowly and slowly, discipline came in. And firstly it was related to physical fitness, then related to mental fitness, and eventually I became a stronger person. For 6 weeks, Manan, I was off Insta and Snapchat and all Facebook, all social media, even LinkedIn. Like for 6 weeks, I was not using any social media app. I didn't even waste a single second of my day. It's work, prep, a workout, work, prep, workout. I didn't go for any social activities or something. Like I did really put in my heart, mind, and soul, because I went to New York. I saw Columbia University, where my sister also studied, and then I even went to Harvard Business School. So there was the motivation in me that I want to be at such a place now.
It makes sense, yeah. We didn't really connect before this to talk about your personal life, but we've spoken on a lot of other occasions, but it's the first time we're opening up about it. And that truly shows, like, your strength of mind more than anything else. I think it's not so much to do with your, your academic ability or whatever. It's just the strength of mind to stay disciplined and do something that you've set your mind to, which a lot of people in today's day and age can't fathom. Like, delayed gratification is not something that anybody is used to. They're just looking for instant results. If they don't get that 100% accuracy the next day, they are on the verge of giving up. So I know it's been a a tough ride for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, but I'm glad it's come to this conclusion for you. Anything else in terms of your overall journey, the things that you learned that other people can make use of, Kush? Anything you'd like to share?
Firstly, I feel like people are very confused whether it has to be an online program or an offline program. Even I'll be very honest. I was myself very confused. I took some advice from people. Some said offline is better, but I will say online is way better. I'll tell you exactly why. So, Manan, for example, verbal is little weak because I've not been much of a reader. It's not that, it's just my reading speed is less. If I had 5 minutes extra in verbal, I can get 100 percentile there. I back myself. I know that. So the thing is, after the classes, the amazing tips and techniques, the 4T approach, the CR approach you gave, I revisited those videos. If it were offline classes, I couldn't have revisited them, right? So those recordings, revisiting them four times. I've seen each video three times, I'll be very honest. And genuinely, those have really helped me see how Manan sir is thinking, how he is eliminating this option. I really feel that has really helped, the thought process, the whole narrowing down to those two options and all. I really feel that that was something which is very, so to any candidate I would say to not hesitate if they have such kind of a thought process in mind that it has to be offline. I feel online is way better. Like at sitting at home, you can have your coffee, you can attend your class, you can do everything, and it's convenient. And most important thing I feel is putting in efforts every day. Every day, sir, you would give homework. I'm sure you remember. I would do extra. I would message you that, sir, thoda extra batao, ye to main kar dunga aur batao. So you have to put in those extra efforts, I feel, every day, not just what everybody in the class is doing. But sir, you are still very sweet. You will of course say that you will take care of those doubts, but people need to do the pre-work. Very simple: pre-work, post-work, pre-work, post-work. That's it. And they can do 5 extra questions from those modules which you have shared. I feel Enzo's material is way more than sufficient. I didn't purchase anything else. The DI material you shared with me, I did that. I got a 99. Everything's correct in DI, just one question's wrong. So, it clearly speaks of the material which you've prepared. It is more than sufficient. And if people even solve 80% of what you have shared, maximum, with quality work, not seeing the solutions, and then, of course, I have spent 30 minutes on a set of DI trying to rack my head to get the solution. I don't see the solution ever. That is my mindset. I wait for at least 2-3 days, then I go to the solution, unless and until I am not able to get it. So I feel that is something, putting in 2.5 hours of non-stop studying, putting in those marathon sessions really helped a lot. The marathon sessions which you inculcated in us over the weekends, I would do non-stop 4-hour quant, non-stop 4-hour DI. I would do this every day. I really kept the prep at a very high intensity, that the day of the exam I had no fatigue. Like it was very simple. I'll be very honest. I'll be very humble. I'll say that this score is not even reflective of my potential. I could have easily got a 725, 35. I feel it's just my first attempt. People take 4 attempts as well. I feel I could have easily got a 100 percentile also if I would put in some more effort in verbal. All of my mock scores are from 675 to 725, 35. So I have scored more than this in my mocks as well. So exactly.
Like in the quant, it was almost always 100 percentile. DI also was almost close to 100 percentile. So I mean, if the quant score would have been maybe like 100 percentile, you would have been able to cross that 700 barrier as well.
I would have been at 715 if the quant was 100, and out of the 8 mocks I gave, 8 by 8 were 100 in quant, and on the test day it was not 100, and instantly I knew it's not 100.
Amazing points, Kush. I mean, the point here is that you have to match the level of commitment and intensity that I bring to the table when I'm taking classes, for instance. And you definitely went way beyond what I expected from students, because you were able to cover more things than were required. And that's why you were able to write the exam sooner than when people mostly write it. Like I told you, people take around 9 to 10 weeks sometimes to get their exam, but you were able to get there in 6 to 7 weeks, primarily because of the intensity you brought to the table.
When the score was 695, it reflected on the screen with a 99 in DI. It was very special. I think it was way more special than 100 in quant, because DI is the toughest section, I feel. And naturally people, don't do well there. So I think a 99 there was very pleasing, and I totally, I feel I'm thankful to you and the team at Enzo. And for and the one day before my exam, the call you and I had, in which you were saying that you calmed me down. I was having fever actually since 3 days. Calmed down my nerves and all. I think that eventually helped us get an excellent result. And I think after getting this result, because the result is actually, I agree potential is more, but since 98, 99 percentile, I feel is good enough. So that's why I was pretty satisfied. And,
No, absolutely, it's good enough.
yeah.
Like to get into any school of your choice, no school is going to reject you on the grounds of GMAT score. I'm honestly like, I haven't been more happy for anyone, to be honest, who have been able to write their exam in about month and a half or two. But very few people get there when they're starting from scratch. And the level of commitment you showed is truly, truly inspiring. Completely filled in my heart with gratitude for having come across to be able to help you out, because whatever coaching and assistance I provide, I know it's just kind of giving you direction, but to actually execute on that and to, latch on to every single advice the way you did, it is not something that everyone does. And that's why not everyone gets the result that you get.
Absolutely, sir. Thanks a lot. It really means a lot. And I'm really happy that I made, you proud as well. And I did justice to my efforts as well. And you definitely, of course, will be in touch and hoping to convert one of the top M7 schools ASAP and let you know as well.
Awesome, coach. No, absolutely, you would.